Alright, let's introduce the guys here. Spawning in the top left we have from EC Visualize. It is Winter, the purple Zerg player.
Alright, and in the bottom right corner of the map, it is our Polish Zurich player from Team 80 Gaming, E-Laser. Or Elazer. Or, no, I think E-Laser.
E-Laser sounds more...
Yeah.
It's cooler.
It's like an electronic laser.
Yeah. We have esports, we have E-Lasers, E-Casters.
E-Casters.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Alright, no funny business at the start of the game. Both players decided to build their second Overlord, so... I mean first Overlord, obviously, but yeah. So no early pulls. Probably a 15 hatch will be going down on either side of the map, given the fact that the distances are fairly long. Pulling off something like a Speedling all-in or a Baneling bust is challenging because of the distances. Your opponent has a lot of time to spot this. Sometimes what happens is on shorter maps you see a bunch of Speedlings approaching way too late, especially if you get your scouting forward Overlord killed by a Queen.
Actually, we see a pool go, 15 pool go down. Sorry,
Yeah.
15 hash go down from the Winter.
Yeah, and Elaser is playing it safe. Elaser is getting his pool first, so very nice. But what I wanted to say is, on this map, even if you do see the Speedlings a little bit later, moving towards your base, you still have time. Even if you build drones before, you still have time to build spines and to build emergency lings of your own, and just try to hold on. So this is going to be a very economical opening with a hatch into a pool and a gas on the side of Winter versus pool, hatch, gas on side of Laser. Or maybe he's going to open gasless by the looks of it, because otherwise he would have been taking the gas already. This is good against Baneling busts, because Queens can target down Banelings very quickly with the help of a couple of spines. You don't need that gas right away, and it also feeds very nicely into roach play.
Okay. But I don't think it looks like there's going to be a Baneling bust from Winter, because he's not putting drones on gas very quickly now.
Yeah, he's only... There's the third one.
Yeah.
So yeah, equal drone counts. Hatchery is going to be done in a moment here in the natural of Elaser.
Yeah.
And let's see what the plans are for these guys.
Okay, so still no gas for a laser though. Yeah.
Yeah,
You think he's gonna go for another hatchery before gas?
No, I think he's going to be taking the gases at either 5-minute mark or 5:30. He wants to get a lot of queens up beforehand, so that's why he can't afford those gases just yet.
Okay.
He needs to drone up a little bit more before then. 120 gas for Winter, a little bit late on queuing up that link speed, but he does do it in the end. And there's the quick lair for Winter as well.
Oh. Okay, so no ling speed, but a lair instead.
He's probably shooting for Mutalisks by the looks of it. If he continues to drone up and then adds on additional gases, then that's probably going to be the case. Security Roach Warren here. Doesn't look like a Roach play from Winter, because oh, wait a minute, that's an Evolution Chamber as well. Okay, so it still can be Roaches with +1 and Glial Reconstitution. Let's see what Elaser is doing in the meantime. He has taken those gases at 5 something.
It is going to be a noobish question though, but why would you get a lair if you're going roaches? Is it for specific upgrades?
It's for the Glial Reconstitution, for the speed.
Okay, right, yeah.
If he starts his +1 missile attacks, which he does right now, then when the Roach Warren finishes, it should finish at the same time with the lair, and then you can start Glial Reconstitution, and all of those upgrades should finish at the same time.
Nice. It's exactly what you said is happening. So
Yeah, I started to play Zerg, so I know.
Alright, so this is going to be, of course, you want to hit with those roaches the very second that your upgrades finish, so that you have the maximum effect that you can do in your opponent.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we can now predict that Winter will do a push or will attack by the time that his upgrades are finishing. Is that right?
Yeah, he should. And he should take a third base sometimes in between. Or if he wants to do a 2-base push, he can go off of 2 bases. He's working off of 3 gases though, so I think he'll be taking a 3rd base very, very quickly. In fact, there is a drone heading out there right now. Later lair here for Elazer, later than his opponents, but 7-minute mark is still a good timing for lair. And he's getting his +1 missile attacks as well, but he's going to be working off of 2 Evo chambers, so he's definitely shooting for the 2-2 upgrade timing against his opponent. And this is a very small window to exploit, and Winter's timing is going to be hitting way before then. I think in the very least, what Winter could achieve here is to cancel out the 3rd base of Elazer, because I don't think Elazer will have enough production by that time, nor enough upgrades. With the Grotto Reconstitution finishing for Winter, Elazer will not be able to pursue the attacking units. He'll have trouble maneuvering and microing versus those roaches, whereas Winter will be able to give chase without the fear that his roaches will die. He will always have the chance to retreat.
Alright, okay, but Winter's roaches are now being spotted by the trail of overlords that Elazer left on the map. So Elazer knows that this is coming. What is he doing in response? Making roaches as well, but they will be, like you said, less upgraded, less fast, less quick, slower. That's what I said.
He's trying to position his units at the 3rd base. Winter still has to wait for the rest of his units to come along, and he should not dilly-dally around, because those 1-1 upgrades are ticking for Elazer here, and once he has 1-1, he'll have 1 upgrade of an advantage over his opponent. Pretty much, Elazer is playing for the longer game, and Winter is trying to finish the game slightly faster, skipping the armor upgrades, instead relying on pure numbers.
But I think this window might be closing, though. Winter's window.
It is. It is. The Grotto Reconstitution is ticking. +2 missile attack is queued up for Elazer, and yeah, Winter's time is running out. So he has 2 choices pretty much. He either tries to transition out of this, or do as much economical damage as he can with the smallest number of units that he's able to invest into that. But he cannot kill his opponent any longer. And look at Elazer's response. Beautiful. 10 more drones. He really wants to saturate the 3rd base.
Yep, he's realizing, okay, this attack by Winter is not going to do too much. Time for me not to invest any more in units for the moment, but make more drones, and then hit at a later time. Okay, so we see Mutalisk. Oh wait, no, I always get confused. These Tunneling Claws upgrades look like a Mutalisk.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so Tunneling Claws from Elazer coming out.
Yeah, they are. And he's getting Burrow as well. I think what he's going to try to do in a fight, he'll bring a couple of Queens to snipe Overseers, or maybe even mix in a couple of Hydras. Just very small amounts, because it's a gas commitment that you're making into Hydralisks, and when your opponent has only roaches, you can lose that fight. If you don't get the ratio of roaches and Hydralisks just right, you might be in some trouble, because roaches are very beefy. If you have too few Hydras, then you're not going to kill the opponent's roaches fast enough. If you have too few roaches, you're not going to survive long enough to kill off your opponent, because Hydras are really squishy. They need the meat shield, so it's very, very tricky. Yeah, I think Elazer is going to try to get rid of the detection and then just let the roaches do their work.
Well, we'll need to see how that plays out. For now, we see Winter moving out with a large squadron of roaches here.
And this is the feature of the map. Look how late that was spotted, and in spite of that, Elazer was 20 supply down, but look at this, he still has more than enough time to produce roaches to defend.
Yep.
And suddenly the supplies are even.
Wow, alright, okay.
Well, he might lose the 3rd if he's not careful, though. He was a little bit out of position for a second there. Oh, this is a bad position for Winter to engage in. That was a good response from Elazer positioning his units. Oh, but this is way better!
You're doing a dance of death.
The upgrades, however, are still heavily in favor of Elazer. He's in 2-1 versus 2-0. He's got his opponent surrounded, and he's got a shorter reinforcement route. Things are not going too well for Winter here. Still, I am surprised that he was as so cost-effective as he was with his roaches. I kind of expected that army to just melt, but it didn't. So this is going to be very tentative for a while, and there are the Hydras on the side of Winter, however, not on the side of Elazer. I think Winter realizes he's a little bit behind, wants to make up for that.
Alright, but here come the Commando Roaches from Elazer going up to Winter's base now. Do you think Winter's gonna spot this at some point? Because he has no Overlords out, no Overseers out, I think.
Yeah, he's making one now. He did see the
Oh, right, there we go.
he
Yeah.
did see the burrowed roaches. He doesn't have any spores at his natural, however. But yeah, he sees those roaches and he can drive those away. Oh, look at Elaser being cute here.
He's
That's
trying to be sneaky, but okay. But what he does make sure that his roaches at the top go in and find less units than they would have found.
yeah. I think this is going to be an easy defense here for Winter. He's
Yeah.
going to push this back rather easily. Elaser is getting a little bit over eager here, not showing too much of a patience. Oh, I really love this move, however, trying to target down the drones. Burrows 2 roaches there, or 3 roaches that survived. That's a very nice move. More roaches at the natural base, and even some more at the main base. Let's see how many drones were killed, however, only 2. But it was a good move, because these fights, roach versus roach economy, pretty much what you do is you're constantly 200, and the way you win those fights is not so much by fighting your enemy, but by sending small groups of roaches to the expansions and diminishing the economy.
Yeah, Elaser actually splits up his roaches, and 2 of them survive at the top. One is moving all the way to the east there, and one of them is slightly to the west of the 3rd base from Winter there.
Yeah, it's going to be bringing those back at the opportune time. In the very least, to distract his opponent. There are no spine crawlers at the 3rd of Winter, so if he's fighting his opponent and he brings 2 roaches back, they are slowly going to accumulate a lot of kills. There's
Okay,
one
and we
queen.
see Hydras taking down Overlords across the map. We're going to go into a new phase of this game where the players are going to be losing their eyes across the map because these Overlords are no longer safe from the attacking armies. So we might see some more positioning now. Right now, ooh, and this is a bold move from Winner. He gets completely surrounded.
Yeah, he does, and he is still 1 upgrade down compared to his opponent. Oh, he's going to be losing a lot here, but at the same time, the Hydralisks are pretty exposed from Elaser, and Winter is trying to target those down. Nice repositioning of his army here. Look at Winter making the most of the situation.
Right.
Those roaches have survived for far longer than they had any right to be. On the other hand, however, those 2 roaches at the top base of Elaser were doing some serious work. 10 drones have gone down there.
Wow.
And the 4th base is almost up for Elaser. Winter will not have the capability to deal with that. If he lets Elaser to remax, I think Elaser will be in a very, very good position with the 4th base already up compared to his opponent.
Definitely. So at the moment, Elaser seems to be in a good position, but and again, there's more harassment going down.
Yeah,
But the drone count is still surprisingly even, though. So while Elaser's 4th base is not running, which it isn't at the moment, basically, their economies are pretty much the same. Actually, now they're dead even. So it's now up to Elaser to make sure that he gets a more decisive advantage, because yeah, throwing away some units is not going to help in that respect.
Yeah, they are. They're trying to maintain their advantages. Well, mostly Elaser is. He's not looking to kill his opponent. He knows there is no 4th. He's got the Overlords in position. Whereas Winter knows there's a 4th base, and that's his biggest threat right now. It's not only a production boost, but it extends your life in terms of money. So
Alright, but he's
bring
attacking
that
it
down.
right now.
Yeah, he's attacking at the natural base. He's trying to take down the 4th. Will not be successful, as Elaser splits his army very well. Has to take care of these 4 roaches in the natural, however.
Alright. Doing lots of damage, that's good.
Yeah, he's going to drive those away. But very effective run by there.
Look at the minimap though, there's some army positioning going on. There we go, an attack.
Oh, this is a good fight for Elaser to take.
Yeah,
He's
Winter
got the
gives up
numbers
high ground
advantage.
position.
Yeah, and he's just driving those roaches away. I think Winter knows that he will probably lose these roaches. And look at Elaser! He abandons the pursuit and goes for the throat. He wants to knock out the 3rd base or the natural, one of those. And if he manages to do that, he does not have to mind losing the 4th base.
Alright. You saw an infestation pit coming down from Winter earlier. Do you think he's got anything to show for that?
Nah, he can't transition right now.
Alright.
There's no way he can do it. He needs to reproduce his army. Again, we see Elaser splitting up his army, splitting his roaches into the main, into the 3rd, while he's attacking the natural base. GG gets called by Winter as he taps out of the game, and well, that means AT Gaming are up 2-0.